Have you ever felt that sudden, sharp pain in your back or side and wondered, is this just a muscle ache or could it be the start of a kidney stone? Many of us have this fear, but what if I told you that you could fight back with just a few simple everyday choices? Kidney stones are a very common and painful condition, but your daily habits can significantly reduce your risk. By making some informed lifestyle changes, you can help prevent them from ever forming and safeguard your kidney health. So today, we're going to explore 7 daily habits, all backed by medical research that can help keep kidney stones away. Number 1, stay hydrated. Now, this first one is the single most effective and important habit for preventing kidney stones, drinking an adequate amount of water. When you're well hydrated, your urine becomes more diluted. This makes it much harder for those stone-forming minerals and salts like calcium, oxalate, and uric acid to crystallize and clump together. You can think of it as continuously flushing out your urinary system, washing these substances away before they even have a chance to build up and form a stone. Without enough water, these minerals become highly concentrated, creating the perfect environment for stones to develop. So for most adults, the goal should be to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of fluids each day, which is about 8 to 12 cups. Of course, this amount isn't a strict rule for everyone. Your personal needs can change based on your activity level, the climate you live in, and your overall health. If you exercise frequently or live in a hot, humid area, you'll definitely need to increase your fluid intake to compensate for the extra water you lose through sweat and to keep your system properly flushed. A really simple and reliable way to check if you're hydrated is to just monitor the color of your urine. If it's a pale straw yellow color or nearly clear, that's a great sign you're drinking enough. On the other hand, if you see dark yellow or amber-colored urine, that indicates your urine is concentrated and you're dehydrated. Making it a habit to glance at your urine color throughout the day can serve as a great personal reminder to drink more water and protect your kidneys. And while pure water is always the best choice, other fluids can also contribute to your daily total. Unsweetened herbal teas and even coffee in moderation can count toward your fluid goals. These drinks help increase your urine output, which is the main way we prevent stones. The key is just to make sure your overall fluid consumption is high enough to keep your urine diluted and your kidneys healthy. Now that we've covered the importance of what you drink, let's explore how what you eat. Specifically, one very common seasoning can impact your kidney stone risk. Number 2, limit sodium intake. A diet high in sodium is a huge and often overlooked risk factor for forming certain types of kidney stones. When you eat too much salt, your kidneys have to work harder to get rid of the excess sodium in your urine. This process also causes more calcium to be pulled from your bloodstream and filtered into your urine. And higher levels of calcium in your urine dramatically increase the chance that it will bind with other substances, like oxalate, to form painful calcium oxalate stones, which are the most common type. To help protect your kidneys, health experts recommend that most adults limit their daily sodium intake to no more than 2,300 milligrams. That's roughly the amount of sodium in just 1 teaspoon of table salt. For people who have already had a kidney stone or are considered high risk, a doctor might recommend an even lower limit, sometimes as little as 1,500 milligrams. Being mindful of this upper limit is a really crucial step in managing your risk through your diet. One of the biggest challenges here is that most of the salt we eat doesn't come from the salt shaker on our table. Instead, it's hidden in processed and packaged foods. Things like canned soups, frozen dinners, cured meats, fast food, and many savory snacks are often loaded with sodium to enhance their flavor and preserve freshness. It's so important to get into the habit of reading nutrition labels carefully to understand just how much sodium is in the foods you're buying. This simple act of checking labels can empower you to make lower sodium choices and stay within your daily goal. Reducing your sodium intake is a powerful step, but it works best when combined with other dietary adjustments. In fact, our next habit involves a mineral that many people mistakenly try to avoid. Number 3, eat calcium-rich foods. There's a very common misconception that because many kidney stones are made of calcium, people at risk should avoid calcium in their diet. But medical research actually shows the opposite is true. Consuming the right amount of calcium from food sources is actually protective and helps prevent kidney stones from forming. Here's how it works. Dietary calcium binds with oxalate, a stone-forming substance, while it's still in your intestines. This binding action prevents the oxalate from being absorbed into your bloodstream and later passed into your urine, where it could form a stone. The best way to get the calcium you need is through your diet, not from supplements. Excellent food sources of calcium include dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese. And if you don't consume dairy, there are plenty of other great options, such as leafy green vegetables like kale, as well as fortified foods, beans, and lentils. Prioritizing these natural sources ensures you get the protective benefits of calcium in a way that's most beneficial for your body and your kidney health. Now, if your doctor does determine that you need a calcium supplement, it's very important to take it correctly to minimize any potential risk. Calcium supplements should always be taken with a meal. When you take a supplement with food, the calcium can bind with oxalate from that meal right there in your stomach and intestines. This helps prevent the oxalate from being absorbed and reduces the chance of it contributing to a stone in your urinary tract. So while dietary calcium is a surprising ally, there's another natural ingredient found in certain fruits that actively fight stone formation in a completely different way. Number 4, enjoy citrus fruits. Bringing more citrus fruits into your daily routine is a delicious and effective way to prevent kidney stones. Fruits like lemons, oranges, grapefruits, and limes are naturally rich in a substance called citrate. In the urinary tract, citrate acts as a powerful natural blocker of kidney stone formation. It works by binding to calcium in the urine, which prevents that calcium from joining with oxalate or phosphate to create crystals. On top of that, citrate can even help break down tiny stones that have already started to form, stopping them from growing into larger, more painful problems. Making citrus a regular part of your diet is simple and can have a huge impact on your urinary health. One of the easiest methods is to add freshly squeezed lemon juice to your water. Starting your day with a glass of lemon water, or just sipping it throughout the day, not only helps with hydration, but also steadily increases the citrate levels in your urine. You can also enjoy fresh squeezed orange juice, add a splash of lime juice to your meals, or simply eat these fruits whole to get their benefits. The goal here is to consistently keep the amount of citrate in your urine high enough to provide ongoing protection against stone formation. Daily consumption is really key, as the protective effects of citrate depend on it always being present in your urinary system. By making these tasty fruits a regular habit, you're actively creating a urinary environment that is hostile to the development of kidney stones, giving you a natural defense against this painful condition. From fruits, let's move on to another important food group where moderation is the most important lesson for kidney health. Number 5, moderate animal protein consumption. While protein is absolutely essential for your body, eating excessive amounts of animal-based protein can increase your risk of developing kidney stones. Diets high in animal protein, which includes red meat, poultry, fish, and eggs, can lead to higher levels of uric acid in your body and your urine. This elevated uric acid can directly lead to the formation of uric acid stones. At the same time, a high protein intake causes your body to excrete more calcium and less citrate into the urine, creating an environment that's also perfect for forming calcium-based stones. If you have a history of kidney stones or have been told you're at high risk, it's wise to be mindful of your portion sizes when it comes to animal protein. A helpful visual guide is to limit your serving of meat, poultry, or fish at each meal to about the size of a standard deck of cards. This usually comes out to about 3 to 4 ounces. This simple practice of portion control can help keep your intake in a moderate range without you having to completely eliminate these foods from your diet. A great way to moderate your animal protein intake is to start incorporating more plant-based proteins into your meals. Foods like beans, lentils, tofu, and quinoa are excellent sources of protein that don't have the same stone-promoting effects as animal proteins. You could try designating 1 or 2 days a week as meatless, or simply aim to have at least one plant-based meal each day. This not only reduces your risk of kidney stones, but also provides a whole variety of other health benefits. Just as moderating protein is important, understanding another specific compound found in many healthy foods is crucial, especially for those of us prone to certain types of stones. Number 6, reduce oxalate-rich foods when appropriate. Oxalate is a natural compound found in many plant-based foods, and for most people, it doesn't cause any problems at all. However, for individuals who are prone to forming calcium oxalate stones, which, remember, are the most common type, paying attention to high oxalate foods can be an important part of a prevention strategy. When oxalate is absorbed from your diet and passes into the urine, it can bind with calcium to form sharp crystals. Foods that are particularly high in oxalate include spinach, beets, rhubarb, nuts, especially almonds, and sweet potatoes. Eating these foods in large quantities might contribute to stone formation. But here's a smart and effective way to enjoy these high oxalate foods without increasing your risk. Pair them with a calcium-rich food during the same meal. For example, if you're having a spinach salad, consider adding some cheese or a yogurt-based dressing. The calcium from the dairy will bind with the oxalate from the spinach right in your digestive tract. This action prevents the oxalate from being absorbed into your bloodstream and reaching your kidneys, effectively neutralizing its stone-forming potential before it even starts. It's really important to approach any major dietary changes with caution and professional guidance. Before you start cutting out healthy, nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens and nuts from your diet, you should talk with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help figure out if you're actually forming calcium oxalate stones and if a lower oxalate diet is the right move for you. Personalized advice is key, as not everyone needs to restrict these foods to prevent kidney stones. Beyond specific foods, your overall body health and daily activity level also play a surprisingly direct role in keeping your kidneys clear. Number 7, maintain a healthy weight and exercise regularly. Your overall body weight and metabolic health are directly linked to your risk of developing kidney stones. Medical studies have shown that obesity is a significant risk factor, as it can alter the acid balance in your urine and lead to changes in its composition that promote stone formation. On top of that, conditions often associated with excess weight, such as metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, also increase your chances of developing stones. So, maintaining a healthy weight is really a foundational habit for protecting your kidneys. Engaging in regular physical activity and eating a balanced whole foods diet are the cornerstones of effective weight management. Exercise helps improve your metabolism, promotes insulin sensitivity, and can help you reach and maintain a healthy weight. Try to aim for a combination of cardiovascular exercise, like brisk walking or cycling, and some strength training. When you pair that with a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, this lifestyle approach optimizes your body's functions and creates an internal environment that is much less likely to form kidney stones. And while being proactive about your weight is important, it's crucial to avoid extreme or fad diets. Crash diets, or very high protein, low carbohydrate diets, can sometimes backfire by actually increasing the levels of stone-forming substances in your urine or causing dehydration. The best approach is always a steady, sustainable one that focuses on balanced nutrition and consistent, moderate exercise. This not only helps prevent kidney stones, but also supports your overall health and well-being for the long term. Understanding kidney stones and their risks. So, what are kidney stones exactly? They are hard, pebble-like deposits that form inside your kidneys when you have high levels of certain minerals and salts in your urine that crystallize. They can vary in size and what they're made of, with the most common types being calcium oxalate, uric acid, struvite, and cystine stones. Several factors can increase your risk of developing them, including having a family history of kidney stones, being chronically dehydrated, and eating a diet that's high in sodium, sugar, or protein. Certain medical conditions like gout, urinary tract infections, and inflammatory bowel disease can also make you more likely to form them. When to seek medical advice. It is so important to recognize the symptoms of kidney stones so you can get medical help in a timely manner. The most common sign is a severe, sharp pain in your side and back, just below the ribs, which may spread to the lower abdomen and groin. Other symptoms can include pain when you urinate, pink, red, or brown urine, cloudy or foul-smelling urine, nausea, and vomiting. If you experience any of these symptoms, especially severe pain or a fever, it is crucial to consult a healthcare provider. They can diagnose the issue and provide personalized advice, since the best treatment and prevention can depend on the specific type of stone you have. Small lifestyle adjustments that matter. Preventing kidney stones doesn't always require a complete lifestyle overhaul. Often, it's the small, consistent adjustments that make the biggest difference over time. Simple habits like choosing to drink a glass of water instead of a sugary soda, or taking a few extra seconds to read the nutrition label on packaged food to check for sodium, can have a profound impact. The key is to incorporate these habits gradually, making them a natural part of your daily routine for sustainable, long-term kidney health. Incorporating these 7 daily habits into your routine can meaningfully reduce your risk of developing painful kidney stones. Small, consistent changes focused on proper hydration, a balanced diet, and an active lifestyle are the most powerful tools you have for prevention and for supporting your overall kidney health. We would love to hear from you, so please leave your own experiences or any tips you have in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe for more practical health advice and updates to support you on your wellness journey.